Rise and shine on Australia's Vision Christian Radio.
Well, hello there. It's solo DJ Payne at the intro of this podcast. A very different intro to the podcast. It's just me as I'm introing it. Fel is away today on this Thursday, the 6th of June. We've waved tatas to the lovely DAMI as she's left the building. Now, let me just give you a little bit of a insight to the start of the show here. This is a very special podcast, DAMI TAKEOVER. Welcome to all the DAMI army who have found this one. G'day, I'm DJ Payne from Rise and Shine, the big Christian breakfast show, national Christian breakfast show right across Australia. Please, I hope you love what you hear so much that you'll stick around and listen live every day. You can listen all over Australia via the Vision app. Welcome, DAMI Army. Now, DAMI popped in this morning. This is the, I'm going to say it's like the fourth or fifth time I've interviewed DAMI. I've interviewed her in person a few times now and on the phone. And I tell you what, she is just the most gracious, beautiful soul out there. Got a lot of time for DAMI. DAMI popped in this morning around about 7 a.m. local time. So I did the first hour. She popped in about 6:45, popped in. And it literally, as she was walking into the studio door, she's looking at her phone and I hear her go, oh no. Oh. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she goes, oh, just give me a moment. So I get busy and do all the top of the hour stuff and I come back. I say, is everything okay? And she goes, oh, my grandma just passed away. My mum is just, and I was like, are you joking? And she said, look, we knew it was coming, and you'll hear her talk about it at the end of the show. But this is what a professional she is. And this is, just a testament to how wonderful she is. She's like, no, I'm here to do this job. Let me do the job. I'll talk to mum. I've let her know what she's doing. She's okay. We knew this was coming. I'll call her in a couple of hours. And on she went. She was able to, get in there while texting the family and do that. And you'd never know by listening to it. She brought her A game. She was able to spend some time with her grandma in March while she was over in Korea. So big shout out to DAMI. Absolutely, she's a special soul, that one. And support her where you can. I know it's hard for some people. I'm going to go on my little hobby, little box right here, get on my little soapbox. I know it's hard for some people who love 100% Christian music. I just listen to Christian music. And DAMI sort of falls into the grey zone. I mean, she's doing secular music, but she's an outspoken Christian artist. She mixes it up in the world. One night you might see her being interviewed on The Project. The next day she's, singing, some big celebration at, Sydney Harbour. She's all over the place. She's signed to ABC Records, the ABC, our national broadcaster. But I want to encourage you to support DAMI. Let her know that Christians are praying for her. Let her know that her Vision family members are listening to her and supporting her, because it's a really lonely road that God has called her to. Sort of one foot in the world and one foot in the church in the professional role that she's done. She wants to be an amazing professional, bringing her A game so that the world stands back and goes, what makes her so different? And that way she can point to Christ. And she can use her platform to do worthy things like compassion and destiny rescue. So I encourage you. You might not be a fan of her music. That's fine. That's fine. You might not love everything that she sings about or who she sings with or what television show she's on. That's okay. That's okay. But I want to encourage you as a Christian to let her know that you're praying for her. And then, if you're going to do that, well, actually pray for her. Actually lift her up to the Lord and ask God to be there for her and give her wisdom, give her a great team around her who will keep her grounded and, there, because she's a sincere believer. You can hear it in her voice. Enjoy the show. I'll get off my soapbox and get back into producing everything we do here. Thank you so much for listening and downloading. We'll see you back to normal tomorrow for your Friday. God bless.
Rise and Shine with Fel and DJ on Vision. It's Rise and Shine with Fel and DJ on Vision.
Well, the voiceover man is halfway correct. It's just DJ here at the moment. Fel is away today. If you've been listening this week, you realise Fel is celebrating one of her daughter's birthdays and going to be doing that at home today, not from the studio. But have no fear, your old mate DJ is here, and we've got a great day planned for you. Hopefully you can stick around. The lovely, the incredible DAMI is coming on in to the studio to hang out with us. She's going to be in here in about an hour's time. She'll be hanging out with us for a little while, and it's going to be a lot of fun as we do that together. If you've got a question for DAMI, if you're part of the DAMI Army, you might want to get those questions into us early. You can do that right there. Now, listen, if I sound a little bit stressed out, if I sound a little bit on edge, it's not because DAMI's coming in. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. I've interviewed her a few times over the years. Looking forward to hanging out with her again. I'm a little bit stressed out because literally as the news was playing out, the entire studio system computer here decided that it was time to update its Windows. And it literally, I got it to come back online with about 10 seconds to spare before I had to go to air. So hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. The Windows deciding it's time for an update. Yeah, 6:03 a.m. in the morning. Let's update right now. Oh boy, it's going to be a good run. Hey, we've got Music Machine coming up a little bit later on. So if you've been trying to get those songs in order, or you've got an idea of what one of them will be, keep on listening. But right now, let's get into some great music. This is the Young Escape, Turning My Heart. Love this, guys. Turn this up. You know the song. You can sing along with us. Here on your Thursday morning is the 6th of June, 2024. Let's go.
Just the right mix of things to inspire and things to make you smile. Rise and shine with Fel and DJ on Vision.
The always great Casting Crowns loved Moved First. Recently, I was watching a few radio stations out there talking about, and we might even do the same thing here with the Vision audience, talking about what act on the back of For King and Country, and also the fact that we've had Jeremy Camp, we've had, the wonderful We Are Messengers coming to our shores. What Christian band do you want to see next? What Christian group or acts or artists do you want to see come to our shores next? And I tell you, I think number one, and I guessed it the other day, I think Casting Crowns would be number one on that list of what Australians would love to see, Australians would love to see. A USA band coming over to tour over here. Now, I'm going to change the tone a little bit. We've got news coming up in just a moment. I've been looking at the Christian news, making the rounds, and it's finally, it's finally happened. If we cast our mind back, we remember back in April, we got the tragic news. Halfway through April, we got the tragic news that the incredible artist, 47-year-old Mandisa, passed away in her house by herself. And, the family all were, obviously it came out of nowhere. Mandisa has been very open about talking about her two struggles, very closely related with mental health and her eating, her weight. And, the family had said, listen, we're going to release the autopsy results once we get it back and find out what's actually going on here, because, a lot of rumours flying around about Mandisa's death. Well, the autopsy, report is out for Mandisa. And I tell you, this is the reason why I'm sharing this is because this has impacted me, not only as a fan of Mandisa, but someone who's always struggled with my weight. And the Mandisa, being found dead in her home at April 18th, the American Idol contestant and someone who's gone on and done massive things with her albums over the last few years, her singles like Overcomer, Stronger, We All Bleed, the same, things like that. The doctor who did the autopsy has, basically said, look, Mandisa died of obesity-related health issues. That's the official report. And I'm treating this as, and I know Mandisa, in listening to her interviews, I know Mandisa would want me to be treating like this as a bit of a wake-up call to myself. We all think that it won't happen to us. We all think that it won't happen to me. We think that we're the exception to the rule. And sometimes we can let our weight go. And I know that I've done that over the last few months. And I tell you, this is on the back of Mandisa. And this autopsy report that's come out there, really, brokenhearted that we've lost a singer in the, I think as she was just coming to the prime of her artistic life there. It's really sad to have lost her in such a tragic way. So it's my prayer that as we hear that news, as we read up on that news, we can all go, you know what, if you're like Mandisa, if you're like me, if you're someone who struggled with the weight, you can go, you know what, there is hope. There is a way through this. We can do it. And I know that's something that she would have wanted. Let's have a listen to Mandisa right now as we go up to the half-hour news here. This is Mandisa with Toby Mac, My Deliverer, on Rise and Shine.
Rise and Shine with Fel and DJ on Vision Christian Radio.
Well, it's not Fel and DJ today. It is DJ and the lovely DAMI. She's coming to the studio. Good morning, DAMI.
Good morning. Got so much energy, I have to match it.
Well, you can be
this time of the morning.
You can
so
be cool
early.
and smooth. I know you've got a young little one at home, so you can be chilled out over there. Now, DAMI, I'm so pumped that you're going to be the co-host for us for the next couple of hours. I know you've always dreamed. I mean, you've done so much in your career, but have you yet to do national weather on the radio? Have you ever been a weather girl on the radio?
No, I've never done that before.
Let's go.
Oh my
Give
gosh.
us
Here we
a
go.
small vision town somewhere in Australia. Where are you going to go?
Penguin, Tasmania.
Okay.
Okay. Currently, here we go. Currently 4 heading to a top of 15.
Oh, yes.
Sunny day with a little bit of gusty wind later today. Penguin, listening to Vision on 87.6 FM.
Listen, watch out. The weather girls are worried that you're coming for the job. We also get through a bit of Bible passage here. We're making our way through the book of Psalms, a massive book here. We're up to Psalm 59. Today, this is a Psalm of David regarding the time Saul sent soldiers to watch David's house in order to kill him. This is a, really, really, dramatic Psalm here. And the first section of the Psalm goes like this. In verse 1, David says, "Rescue me from my enemies, O God. Protect me from those who come to destroy me. Rescue me from these criminals. Save me from these murderers, because they have sent an ambush for me. Fierce enemies are out here waiting for me, Lord, though I have not sinned or offended them. I've done nothing wrong, yet they prepare to attack me. So wake up, God. See what is happening and help me. O Lord God of heaven's armies, the God of Israel, wake up and punish those hostile nations. Show no mercy to these wicked traitors." Woo. Very dramatic.
Wow.
I love it when, King David, there's a few times in the Psalms when he writes and he's writing to God and he says to God, wake up, do something. I feel like you're not doing anything in my life there. I love those passages there. Now,
Very relatable, hey, sometimes. Yeah.
You feel like that. DAMI, you've got a very special event coming up in August. We're going to go to a song right now and we'll come back on the other side and talk about this event. I think one of the most popular songs that you've done and something that I absolutely love, talking about a dramatic song, is the song that you did for Eurovision quite a few years ago now, Sound of Silence.
Yes.
Let's have a listen to it here on Rise and Shine. Turn it up this morning. We're here with DAMI and she's going to be my co-host for the next couple of hours here on Vision. This is Sound of Silence.
Growing tired and weary, brown eyes.
A very new friend, well, sort of new friend. You've been on the air with us quite a few times now. It's the lovely DAMI in the studio with us. DAMI, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Have you? I know you're wonderful. Shout out to your manager Ken. What an absolute legend.
We love Ken.
Talking to him yesterday, and he goes, "Don't worry, I'll send you the DAMI bullet points." And he's given me 2 sheets here of all the different things that you've done in your career. Winner of X Factor, X Factor. A part of, the ambassador for compassion, musically trained, there's multi-platinum, there's a list goes on and on and on of everything you've done.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case you run out of things. So hey.
I love the other thing about this list. The very last point, has a family. Husband is Noah, son is Harrison. He's got that on.
Yes, I think you know that part.
The very last point on the list there, I thought was funny. But I'm hoping that he can add to the list now co-host of the Rise and Shine breakfast show across Australia.
Yes.
Amazing accomplishment right here. Now, the reason why you've popped in is you've got a concert coming up at the end of August, but it's not the usual DAMI concert. It's you're doing something a little bit special.
Yeah, so I am putting on a concert in August, as you said, at the Lighthouse Bridgeman Downs. We are raising funds for Destiny Rescue.
Okay.
So all the proceeds will go to Destiny Rescue, which is an organisation, if you don't know, that rescues children from sex trafficking around the world. It's a very, very important cause, obviously, and I am an ambassador for Destiny Rescue, and we decided to put on a show, have a good time, but at the same time we're going to make a difference in the world. So get your tickets and come along.
Okay, if you want to know more about it, we've made it really, really simple place to find vision.org.au/tickets. That's all you got to do. Or you could also go /DAMI-IM, and that'll take you there as well. So you've got yourself, the band at the Lighthouse there, raising money. It's $60 per person. You can buy tickets at the door, or you can get them in advance. We recommend you get them in advance. And you're saying all of the proceeds, all of the profit there goes straight to Destiny Rescue.
That's right, yeah.
Man, now listen, I know that you're still an ambassador with our good friends at Compassion, working with kids all around the world. This is a new relationship with Destiny Rescue. How did that partnership begin?
Yeah, so I've been working with Compassion and, visiting children in different parts of the world, and I've always been, really moved by the work that people do, there's some amazing things that are happening in the world, and I was just honored to be a small part of that, like raising awareness for things like that. And I met Paul Murgard through Compassion, and he was working there, and he recently, or a few years ago, he's left the company, he's been doing some other things, and then we remained friends, and he kept telling me about this other organization that do this work. And at the start, I was like, that's really heavy, Paul. Whoa. But he was just telling me about how amazing and important this was, what a big problem, this
trafficking is
around the world. And I wasn't aware of that. It's not something you think about every day. And then I was like, oh my God, what can we do? What can me in this country, do to stop this from happening? And, this is where Destiny Rescue came in. And so I called him and I said, hey, if I can help with, whatever I can with my platform.
Yes.
I'd love to be a part of it. And
Fantastic.
So we started working together from about a year ago. And this concert, I guess, is marks the biggest or start of this big relationship.
Yep.
I mean, we've done things like we went to the Parliament House to lobby, get more, grants to raise awareness for, because Australia is really a perpetrator in a way, because sex tourism.
Yes.
Australia is really at the top of that list, which we're not proud of. Right?
No.
And so we were trying to get the Parliament to get the grants and, make awareness and campaign for that. And so, it's been really eye-opening just seeing all of that. Yeah.
Amazing. I love the work that you're doing with them here, and it's a really important event. Saturday, the 31st of August. We'll tell you a little bit more about it, and we'll put it up on the socials. But again, you can find it at vision.org.au/tickets is the place to go if you want to get along and, make a difference with Destiny Rescue. Hey, it's DJ here with the lovely DAMI on Rise and Shine. You're with DJ and DAMI. I like the sound of that. DAMI and DJ here for your breakfast. I know you've always dreamed to be a breakfast show host here. First question that you had when you popped in is, what time do you get up in the morning?
Yeah, this is very early. I thought we were starting when I got here, and then you were already just going. I'm like, whoa.
For musicians, this time of day doesn't exist. I mean, musicians live in the night, overnight. Yeah. They don't live in the morning. So thank you so so much for being part of it.
That's
here.
okay. I've got a baby. So
Yes.
Also, I've got a double life.
You've got a family as well. Now, the reason why you're here, we'll give it another big plug, and we'll let everybody know about it again throughout the show, is because you've got a concert coming up. August the 31st, it's a Saturday, August the 31st, from 7 p.m. at the Lighthouse Bridgeman Downs. That's on Gympie Road in southeast Queensland here. If you're coming from out of state, make sure you get along to it. This is a very special concert, only $60 per person, and that money is going to Destiny Rescue, which you are also now a proud ambassador for. Mm-hmm. I mean, can you use proud with Destiny Rescue? I mean, you support what they do, but you sort of wish they didn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the purpose of it, right? Like one day we don't need to do this, but it's happening. It's, some bad things are happening around the world with children being, trafficked. So
do you feel now that you're a mum, and I love the fact that you've been so honest about your career and, and motherhood. You've said in the past, motherhood wasn't like, a massive thing for you. Like you weren't this maternal person being real clucky around babies. And then you get married, you have this baby, and you're like, okay, it's not so bad. All right, I'm here with you. You've got
yeah.
But did that kick in? Like Destiny Rescue. I mean, you've always been working with kids and stuff with compassion, but now going out with Destiny Rescue and trying to save these kids out of one of the worst nightmares we can think of, is having a child of your own. Does that make it even more? More passionate? More
absolutely. Yeah, it feels now even more visceral, when I think about kids not being treated like how they should be treated. It, before it would be like, oh, that's terrible. But now I'm like, I feel it in my guts. Like, it's so bad that it makes me cry.
Yeah.
And that's why, I feel more passionate about doing things for Destiny Rescue with them and supporting them because, probably my son really had a big impact on that.
Now, he's just turned 2 and I saw the birthday photos. They're very, very cute, very musical. It looks like he's loving to sing along with you at home.
Yeah, he is obsessed with music. It's really...
I wonder where he gets that from.
I mean,
you sound surprised.
But I am just, it's fascinating watching him. Like, I didn't teach you to be like this. It's just like in his nature that he, like, when there's music on, he will just light up. Now he's starting to sing along because he's turned 2, and it's so cute. It's fascinating.
When did you start being the musical prodigy that you are? When did you start being taught on the keys and everything like that?
So I started piano lessons when I was 5.
Okay, so he's got a few years left.
Yes, I'm like, when can I? Being that Asian parent, it's like you must learn, practice piano.
Is that from just your side, or is your husband Noah? Does he have that in there as well?
Noah, so I don't know what they do now in Korea, but when I was young, that was like the norm. Like everyone got piano lessons around that age. So I wasn't anything special. So I think Noah also got lessons that early. Okay. He just quit. Most people quit, when they're like 7 or 10. Okay. I just kept going. I was like, oh, well, I was like, this is the only thing I can show off with when I'm in Australia. Like everyone thinks I'm dumb because I can't speak English, but I play piano and I'm such a show off. I'm like, look at me.
So that's the key of your success was being able to show off on the keyboard there.
100%.
I love it. Well, let's see. I'm looking forward to the day when you're out there on tour and, your little man there, Harrison, could be, accompanying you along.
Yeah. You see bands do that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mother-son team?
I'll have to audition him. Yeah. I just accept anyone.
All right. Well, you'll keep an eye on that here.
Across Australia, this is Rise and Shine with Fel and DJ on Vision.
It's We the Kingdom. Ready for the big finish? Here we go, church music there. It's DAMI DJ Payne here for your breakfast on Rise and Shine across the nation on Vision. DAMI, we've been talking music, been talking, what we grew up with and things like that. Now, you are in, I every time I see you in the news or I see you pop up in an interview or anything like that, immediately, getting pretty personal here. I immediately say a prayer for you whatever's happening.
Thank you.
Because I think you, and we've talked about this in the past, you straddle a few different worlds. Not only, one of the hardest ones is you're a Christian in a secular music world. And again, we can even go culturally. You're a Korean growing up in Australia.
That's
You've got the two different cultures there. But we could even go even a step further. You're now a family mum, a wife, and a mum in an industry that sort of goes. That's going to hold you back.
Cool.
That's not. Exactly. That's not cool. So let's go back to the original one. Being a Christian artist in a secular industry, that wasn't something that you sort of set out to. That wasn't like a big goal for you back in the day. Because I know you were releasing your own independent music before you won all the stuff, before you got signed.
That's right.
What was the goal back then when you were releasing your independent music and no one knew who you were?
Yeah. So when I first recorded my own stuff, that was just out of uni. I recorded it at uni when I was studying jazz vocals, and I wrote. They were all Christian songs in Korean and English. It was very obscure because it's Christian and it's kind of half Korean, half English. Like, who listens to that? But I just at the time I just made music, wrote songs that I wanted to sing, and everything just happened to be Christian. I wasn't trying to be like, this needs to be like preachy, and I just was.
You were singing what's in your heart.
Yeah, and it all had something to do with God. That's just how it was. Yeah. But so from that, I got opportunities at churches to do things, performances, and go to camps and perform, and in Korea and some in Australia. And while I was singing at churches, I always felt this feeling like I need to go outside the church. Like that's what I'm called to do. I thought, isn't that the point of the gospel?
Yes.
To let people that haven't heard it hear it.
Yes.
And I just felt a bit funny, like talking about Jesus to people who already know everything. Like, not everything, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And
let me introduce you to a person you've already met before. It's Jesus.
It's like literally preaching to the choir. And so that's why I was looking for opportunities to go outside, and X Factor came up, and that's how it happened.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
History there. So it was something. I remember the first release that you did. I think was it called Dream? The original one. I think it's going for thousands of dollars on the eBay these days. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know.
$20.
Yeah, I don't even know where you can find it these days. But so part of your calling, if to use a big highfalutin word there, part of your calling that you felt that God had laid on your heart was to get your music, to get your talent, to let your light shine out into the world, so people could know there's something different going on.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy. It's still not easy. Like, I'm always praying and trying to figure out what that actually means, because the world is changing. Like, it's not like I thought. So growing up in the church, I thought, you just become famous and then you say God, like in an interview, and you've done your job, right?
Yes.
That's not really how it works. No. And nowadays, even more so, like, people will just hate you, and it'll just divide people for the Christians and the non-Christians. Like, it's
a minefield out there.
Yeah, but one of the things that I found easy to do as a ministry with the platform that's why I worked with Compassion and Destiny Rescue. That was a no-brainer. That's good work, and it's furthering the kingdom of God and calling of Jesus. But apart from that, it comes down to just normal everyday people, what they have to do in their workplaces. It's building relationships and being a good person, and having just that connection with Jesus, so that people can see the difference. And it's not this big moment in the spotlight where you go, Jesus, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, yes, I must believe. But it's like every single day when you're working with people, you're recording, when you're having meetings. Like, you just have to be with Jesus.
Yeah, you've reminded me of something that a dear friend said to me who was in a secular band, the same sort of thing. And he said, look, there's so much pressure sometimes as a Christian artist in a secular band to be, this preacher, to be this thing. And he goes, I was never called to be a preacher. I was called to be a good musician in what I'm doing here. And he said, where the ministry often happens behind the scenes, not while I'm on stage doing this secular music. The ministry happens while I'm talking to my bandmates, when they're going through their issues, when I'm talking to my producer, when I'm talking to the guy who's setting up the speakers. God provides me with all these opportunities to tell people about my faith, but while I'm playing instruments on stage, that's usually not one of those places.
Yeah.
And that really changed my perspective of what God calls some people to do, because, sometimes, I know many people who are, I'm blessed to be working in a place where you do speak about Jesus for your living, but a lot of people, whether it's, my brother who's a plasterer, my relatives who are builders, people who are working in a shop, people who are serving people, sometimes it's not their place to be able to go, hey, let me tell you about Jesus.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's their place to do what they've been called to do, what they've been gifted to do as best as they can.
Yeah.
And then when the opportunity arises, they can give glory back to God.
Exactly. Yeah. And like I know a friend who's a doctor, a GP, and you think, oh, he's Christian, so he can like make a difference. But then it's like, no, his first calling is to be a good doctor, right? And not just be that, annoying. Like, people don't come to, that's what he said. People don't come to me to, because I'm Christian. They come to me because they want to get good advice, expert advice on their health. And that comes first. But then you always have to, as a Christian, have to think about ways to minister that, that's on top of that main job that you've got. You can't compromise the level of skill though, but by doing that, like if I play bad music and then talk about Jesus, like it's just not gonna work. Amen.
I hear that. Well, listen, talking about great music, we're going back in time to the let's say about 20 years ago. This is one of your picks this morning.
Yes.
I've let you pick a couple of songs. Now this one here, this is a classic, "Friend of God" by the man, the myth and legend,
Israel Horton. I love this song.
Now, this is something that you grew up listening to, and you're the type of vibes.
I used to worship lead, and this was like, this would go off with.
All right, well, let's listen to it here. "Friend of God" live here. Israel Horton, picked by DAMI this morning on Rise and Shine. Oh, Jamie Grace there with you. It's the feeling we have here at Rise and Shine when DAMI is in the studio. We love being with DAMI. DAMI doing a great job there as a co-host, basically doing a breakfast show takeover here across the nation. Now, something that people might not know, that not only are you accomplished, singer, songwriter, you amazing on the keys, you've done all this amazing modelling for fashion as well. You've become a fashionista, but you're also an author. And you've written, not many people can say this, you've written 2 books in 2 different languages.
Yes.
So a couple of years ago, you released the book, was it Dreamer? That was, here in Australia, obviously written in English.
Yes.
Now, the book Dreamer, is that a little bit of an autobiography? How would you describe that one?
Yeah, it's a memoir.
Okay.
So it basically goes from where I came from, Korea, my childhood, and then coming to Australia as an immigrant, what that was like, and then, of course, winning X Factor, and then the struggles in the industry in the last 10 years, basically.
I mean, what you wrote about, being signed to one of the big labels. One of the biggest.
You do have such a good memory. I'm so impressed.
Well, I'm not a big fan of big labels, especially the big label that you were signed with. There's been artists after artists over the years, some of them very famous, who've come out and said some, pretty earth-shattering news. And I love your bravery that in that book you spoke up and said, "Listen, I've had a really bad experience here as well, with a major label," and that's led you now to be signed to ABC Records, which is a lot more freeing, and you can do, some of the stuff that you've been wanting to do. But the other book that you've written, I thought it was just a straight translation of the book into Korean, but no.
No.
You rewrote it.
Yeah, I rewrote it. So at the start, we were going to, my publisher in Korea wanted me to translate it.
Yes.
And so I started doing it. And I was like, I'm basically rewriting this. I might as well actually rewrite it and tailor it to the Korean audience.
Fantastic. And that's just come out this year in Korea.
Yeah, it literally came out, I think, in March when I was over there this
Wow.
year. So I ended up doing some promo, book signings. And it was really interesting.
Phenomenal. And that book is called Hero.
Yes.
That's
Hero.
You can get it over here for anybody who reads Korean.
I think you can only get it from a Korean website.
Okay.
But they're trying to get it over here. It's very hard to get.
Okay. Stick to Dreamers. Stick to the other book that's in English. That's easy to do. Hey, listen, we're going to the news now. Dummy, sticking around for another hour with us. Thank you so much for your
I
time.
hope you're not bored
No,
listening to this.
we're loving it. We're loving it. We're going to get you to do the weather again for us in just a moment.
Great conversations, fun, inspiration, and more. Rise and shine with Fel and DJ on Vision.
You've got DJ here, and Fel is away celebrating a birthday with one of her beloved children. In her place, we had to go to the very top. We went to DAMI him and said, come on in. DAMI, you're doing well for this early in the morning.
Thank you. Thanks for not saying you're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
No. Fel's trying to work out some sort of job swap with you. So you come in here for a little while and then she can go out on the road and do, all the amazing things.
She can do the show and the jazz club.
I don't know how that'll go. I don't know how that'll go though. But you have got your lifelong dream here to be a weather girl on the radio fulfilled. Where are we going for weather today?
All right, checking the weather in Albany, Western Australia. Currently 15 degrees, heading to a top 23 with some late showers. Good morning to all the Vision family listening on 87.6 FM and 93.7 FM. Albany!
Well done. Look at you go. Look at you go. I've got the Bible passage here from Psalm 59. We're making our way through the Psalms, and this is one of those, there's a trio of darker Psalms in the middle of the end of the 50s here, and this is one of them. King David in a really hard spot. People, his enemies are coming to kill him, and this is what he prays to God. He says, my enemies come out at night, they're snarling like vicious dogs as they prowl the streets. Listen to the filth that comes out of their mouths. Their words cut me like swords. After all, who can hear us, they sneer. But Lord, you laugh at them. You scoff at the hostile nations. Because you are my strength, I wait for you to rescue me. For you, O God, are my fortress. In your unfailing love, my God will stand with me. He will look down in triumph on all of my enemies. That is Psalm 59 verses 6 to 10 there. Get into it. Get into the rest of the psalm and read it for yourself. Now, we've been talking behind the scenes here while the microphones are off, while the music has been playing. I'm doing a brainstorm, and I'm going to open it up to our listeners, our Vision family right around Australia. They can brainstorm with me. Mm-hmm. If there was a Christian band or a Christian artist that everybody knows that DAMI Im could do a duet with or feature, imagine band X or person X featuring DAMI Im. What could it be? Who could it be?
Yeah.
Who could it be? Now, I know that you would go straight to like the Israel Hortons and the big gospel classics and jump into the choir and do something like this. But I'm thinking there might be an Australian or an American Christian group or act where your voice and your talent would just see the song go to a next level.
Well, yeah, no, I actually don't know that many, Christian artists that in Australia that would suit.
Yeah.
Because you collab with me, and I've been like in the other side of the map for in the music world, in
the secular scene over there. So what would the Christian? Okay, listen. If you're going to brainstorm with me and DAMI this morning, 1-800-316-316 is the number to call. 1-800-316-316. You know the number to call. Let us know if you're part of the DAMI army and you've got a suggestion for a Christian artist for her to collab with. Let us know.
Your brain.
Exactly. It's brainstorming. No wrong answers here. They just need to be alive. So nobody ringing up saying,
Please.
Keith Green or something like that. We don't want to do that. We want to stick to the living artists here. An artist that pops in my head, and it's because we just saw them on the weekend here, for King and Country. Maybe a DAMI and For King and Country track.
Oh, can you imagine?
Could you? I'm putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
Are you listening?
Are you listening? Yeah, I know they're in Australia. This is the boys now with their number one hit in Australia, Unsung Hero, from the film on Rise and Shine. Toby Mac, Faithfully, maybe that could be someone we could feature DAMI on. It's DJ Payne here on Rise and Shine. DAMI, my very special co-host while Phil is away. As Phil is like to say, we've had to go to the very top and pull in, Australian royalty into the studio here, DAMI, to be with us. Now, we've thrown out this crazy idea. If there was a Christian artist, Australian, American, wherever they're from, that you think DAMI would sound great on a track with, who would it be? We're opening it up to suggestions, 1-800-316-316. If you've got a suggestion, 1-800-316-316. Now, I know everybody out there is thinking Keith Green or some classic Larry Norman, but we only want people who are still living, working with us, all right? That's what we're going to do here. Prefer. We don't want to go into AI and recreate any voices here. But we've got Thomas in Geraldton. Thomas, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing blooming well today, now that I can hear DAMI. I've got a man crush on DAMI.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Isn't it sweet? Now, we're brainstorming together. Who would you love to see DAMI feature on a song with?
Amy Grant doing El Shaddai.
Absolute classic.
I know that one.
You go back to the 80s, do something with Amy there. All right. We're going to pack her up onto a plane to Nashville.
Yes.
And,
all right, I'm going. Bye. I'm going to record.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas, great suggestion. Bless you heaps, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Chandel's on the line. Chandel, good morning. You've got DJ. You've got DAMI.
Morning.
Hi, good morning.
Now, have you got a suggestion for DAMI? Who would you like to see her feature on a song with?
Well, I thought Tina Arena. I'm showing my age, but Tina Arena is a great Australian singer.
Oh, I love Tina.
Yeah, we love Tina. Is she still living in Australia? Is she over in France, or where is she these days?
She's in Australia.
Okay.
I don't think she's a Christian artist,
No,
but I love Tina.
Not a Christian artist, but I reckon the two voices would go well. Chandel, have you got a Christian artist up your sleeve?
Oh, well, see, I'm just thinking, is it Marina Pryor then? Maybe Marina Pryor.
Oh, yeah. No, I love Marina too.
Marina.
I see her every year whenever I'm at Carol's in Melbourne.
Yeah, that's where I'm thinking of.
Well, there we go. Maybe we do a Christmas. Maybe we do a Christmas number, and Marina and DAMI on a track together doing a big Christmas song. Well, Chandel, thank you so much for giving us a call this morning.
Yeah, that's great. You guys have a good day.
You too. Bye.
We are having a great day. Chandel, thank you so much for that. We've got a couple of suggestions there. I think we're going to forward them on to your manager, Ken.
Yes.
And see what he thinks.
Yes, we will Google them and stalk them and see.
But if you've got a suggestion, I think the doors are still wide open. I'm already brainstorming some more. Maybe you've got a suggestion. Is there a Christian artist, a Christian band, could be from Australia, could be from America, could be from anywhere, that you would love to see? Imagine this, a big song coming out by your favourite one, featuring DAMI. I reckon it could work. This could be it. This could, once you get enough of Australia, you can move over to Nashville.
Yeah,
and make
I
it
love
big over
Nashville.
there. Well, we got the brainstorming happening. That's the number 2 song in the country right now on the Christian charts. Taya, Gonna Be Good. And then she is an artist that I think could totally work with a DAMI feature, the two of you together. What do you think? A duet, Taya from Hillsong and DAMI together? Maybe?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
All right. We're opening the phone lines. DAMI's open to anything here. Opening up the phone lines now, 1-800-316-316. Having some fun as we find out if you've got a suggestion on who would you like to see DAMI do a song with. Carol in Sydney. Good morning, Carol. This is DAMI. DAMI, this is Carol.
안녕하세요.
Oh, well done. 안녕하세요.
할머니 Carol.
할머니, grandma Carol. 안녕하세요.
I love it. Hey, we've gone to Korean all of a sudden. Hang on. What's going on here? Carol, have you got a suggestion for us?
I think Dolly Parton and you, my darling.
Wow.
Jolene, yes.
I like it. A bit of Dolly Parton.
Icon.
Two icons together. All right, Carol, we're going to list that one down there. Dolly Parton. She's been doing a lot of songs with some Christian artists lately. So maybe we can get her over here to Australia. Great suggestion, Carol. Thank you so much for that. Also on the line this morning, all the way from Salisbury in South Australia, we've got Janine. Janine, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're great. What have you got for DAMI?
I was thinking Guy Sebastian. He seems to do a lot of the genres.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, Guy. He's a good friend.
You've obviously worked together with Guy, a few times there. He definitely comes from a faith background. I don't want to speak to where he's at these days,
No.
but I reckon. Have you two ever done? You've never done a song
We've
together,
performed together,
but never actually released anything together.
No,
All right, Janine, we're going to get on top of that. Thank you for that suggestion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We'll love that one there. We've got Anna here in Bundamba. Anna, what are you thinking?
Hi, I think Francesca Battistelli.
Oh, now do you know Francesca? You've been looking her up.
Just Googling.
Yes.
Just Googling.
I like this suggestion. She's got a massive voice.
Okay,
She loves doing the big dramatic numbers. I think this is a great suggestion, Anna.
Oh, good. How about Lauren Daigle? Another one.
Oh,
wow.
I
know that one.
You know that one?
Everyone knows Lauren.
Well, Lauren's coming to Australia in November. Maybe we can make something happen.
Can you just send her a little text?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you giving away tickets?
Good question.
Good question. And at the moment, no. At the moment, Anna, I love it there. I love it. Hey, and a great suggestion. Thank you so much. I think we got time for one more here. Euros in Mackay. Yes. How are you, buddy?
Oh, awesome. It's beautiful, sunny and warm up here in Mackay.
Oh, well, we need to be here. We need to be here. Now, you've got Dami here. What is your suggestion for an artist that she needs to be singing with?
Well, locally here in Australia, for Darlene Check, or in America, like Rebecca St. James.
Oh, both got Australian connections, but I love the Darlene Check one.
Yeah, no, it's such a classic. I grew up listening to her voice was the soundtrack of my life.
I think, if you did a song called I Speak Jesus, with Darlene, I think it would be awesome.
Euros, it sounds like you're putting your name for it here for a producer. Producer credit on the song. We'll get you right across it there. Hey, Euros, great suggestion. I love that Darlene Check idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, well, I think Darlene Check would really compliment with Darlene Im. So, the voices really sound like angels.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, beautiful. Euros, thank you so much for that one. Great suggestion. These are good. I think
really interesting suggestions.
Yeah.
Very different.
Very
from Dolly
different.
Parton to Darlene Check.
From Dolly to Darlene. That's the name of the album right there. We do a duet album.
Yes.
It's called From Dolly to Darlene with DAMI in. Out we go right there. I think we could get something there. Hey, listen, if you've got any more suggestions, let us know. You can send us a text. You can send us a text on 0447 488 316. That's 0447 488 316. If you've got a question, a comment, or even a suggestion for Dami, we would love to hear it right here. Dami, you're right to stick around for another half hour.
Okay.
Have I twist your arm a little bit longer? We've got Dami here for another half hour of your breakfast show.
Getting you up and ready to face the day. This is Rise and Shine with Felon DJ on Vision.
On your Thursday morning with DJ and Dami. I like the sound of that. Dami and DJ here together. Dami, you've been so generous with your time, and thank you to everybody who's called through and texted with. We've got a lot of suggestions, people suggesting that they want to see you with CeCe Winans. I think, no brainer right there. A lot of people loving the For King and Country idea. Lauren Daigle's coming up a few times. We've got Takeover in Melbourne, a band in Melbourne. Takeover has been suggested, a Christian band in Melbourne. Rory and the gang down there. Some great suggestions. But I think the number one taking it away this morning is For King and Country. People, I think they've seen them and they want Dami in there together.
Yes.
But
I love that.
I'm gonna be that. Because I know. I've seen it so many times. If you're in the music industry, as you are, people running up to you and saying, it's the same sort of thing as people in the movie industry or whatever you are. Doctors get the same thing. As soon as they find out what you do, they say, "Hey, can you check this out? Or can you do this?
Yes,
or I've got a song.
All the time.
Or how about something like that?" I'm now going to be that weird guy live on radio here and do exactly that. My oldest son turns 21 this year.
Okay.
He has just proposed to his girlfriend, who's 20. Her name is Monica Lelut. Mm-hmm. She's a budding singer-songwriter.
Right.
She has just released her first song just on YouTube and on Spotify. I'm going to play a little bit of it to you, and I want your honest reaction. Okay. And again, I know Monica's going to be listening to this later on if she's not listening to it right now. Future father-in-law here embarrassing her. Exactly. Father-in-law plug here. You need to get into a good book sometime. This is a song. It's not a particular Christian song. It's a song that she wrote about heartbreak called Walls Up. And I want you to give us some feedback live on national radio. Let's have a listen here. This is Monica.
I fell so hard when I said I wasn't falling. Had my walls up, couldn't let you get inside. But my safety net's gone and now I'm all in. And I'm scared that one day you might change your mind.
Okay, pre-chorus.
And I don't know why it don't feel right. Why is it so hard for me to let you in? Give you the key to get inside my head. I don't want to make the same mistakes again, 'cause I know how this could end. And they always say that I did nothing wrong, but every time that they leave, feel like it's all my fault. Am I letting go when I need to hold on? This is always how it ends.
Wow.
Feeling so
That's
far?
really good.
It's pretty good for a first single.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh, here we go.
Here we go. It's what about. We'll have a listen as it builds up a little bit here. I love the way, what I like at this one with her teaming up with the producer is the way that they've built the chorus and the pre-chorus building up to
Who produced it?
a bit of tension. A local guy in Brisbane. Let's have a listen to the chorus again.
It don't feel right, and I don't know why I can't decide. Why is it so hard for me to let you in? Give you the key to get inside my head. I don't want to make the same mistakes again, 'cause I know how this could end. And they always say that I did nothing wrong, but every time that they leave, feel like it's all my fault. Am I letting go when I need to hold on? This is always how it ends. And I let my guard down, you let me down. I get hurt now, and then it happens all again. I open up, it's just bad luck. Only ends up with me left alone, and I let my guard down.
So that is live for the first time played on any radio station ever.
Wow.
That is
great.
Monica
She's got a
Lelut.
Beautiful voice.
You like it? So we're.
Production's really good too.
You like the production as well? Okay, that's
I love
a big
the
tick.
real short pre-chorus. That
Yes.
just goes straight into
Straight no mucking around there. All right, let's pretend that we're on one of the music singing shows there. What would you say is something she can improve or something she can place there, or are you going to be too nice to say anything?
No,
there?
I think it's great. Like it's that it just sounds like as good.
As
Perfect. As it is. I'm losing my words. But like, it just sounds complete. There's nothing for me to add.
Yeah,
so well done.
She's going for. Again, she's 20-year-old artist. She wants to reach that young girl audience, the girls who are listening to Taylor and Olivia and all of these artists, the pop artists there. She wants to reach them with stuff that they can relate to, and then sort of bring them to some worship, bring them to Christ, point them in the right direction. There.
Yeah, she's really good. That's all I can say.
All right, there we go. It's going on her poster. DAMI M, really good.
Really good.
For Monica there. Hey, someone who I think might be a good suggestion here is from, formerly of Hillsong, Alexander Pappas has released a brand new song, Great Awakening. We love it here on Vision. We've been playing it quite a bit. This is someone who I think might be a great suggestion here. We'll be back on the other side with more of DAMI M in just a moment.
I've got faith for revival.
That's Alexander Pappas, A Great Awakening. You're with DJ and Dami and DJ here on your Thursday morning. Thanks to everybody who's texting through. I'm looking at a lot of texts coming through. A, they're saying good morning to Dami, absolutely loving you on the radio. B, they're suggesting artists that you can record with, all around the world. And C, a lot of people coming in and agreeing with you. They love Monica's song that we just played out there. Walls Up there. You can find that out everywhere. Monica Lalute. Walls Up. Now, it's not I need to put it out there. It's not exactly a Christian song. It's by a Christian artist, but, it's a song about heartbreak there, as she's, just putting her little toe out in the world of music there. And thank you for all the advice, Dami, that you've been able to throw.
My expert advice, really good.
No, the fact that you like the production, the fact that you heard what that they've been trying to do with the production means that she's on the right path there.
Exactly.
So that's great. Hey, listen, you're here to plug a great concert for a great cause. Let's give everybody the details again. If you head over to vision.org.au/tickets, Dami M and band live in concert on Saturday, the 31st of August this year. So you still got a few months away. Tickets are $60 per person. And before you balk at the price, or before you come to me and ask for a free ticket, all the ticket prices going to a great cause.
Yep. All the proceeds, 100% are going to Destiny Rescue, rescuing children around the world who are being trafficked.
Yeah.
So it's a very good cause. And I have to add, DJ, next week I'm doing 3 shows at the Brisbane Jazz Club, and it's all sold out. It's sold out before in one day before it went to the public, by the members. And people were screaming for tickets. So if you couldn't get tickets to that one, come to this concert in August. This is your chance to come and enjoy music, come and see me, and we're going to have a great time. I think it'll be an extension to the Jazz Club show, so it'll be a lot of soul jazz, some maybe sneak peeks of new songs, some old songs, some covers, any suggestions. Just a reminder, I won the Masked Singer last year, and I might sing something from that as well, just to throw that in.
I wasn't going to bring it up. I wasn't going to bring up the Masked Singer, Dami, but now that you brought it up.
Should have brought the trophy,
Yeah.
Hey,
what?
Winner.
How do you get involved in that show? That is such a bizarre show.
Yep.
The Masked Singer. How do they approach it to you? What is it like being involved in a show like that?
So, basically you just get asked by the producer if you want to be part of it. You say yes, and basically you're in a room. You get kind of driven into a little container box, and you're not allowed to talk to anybody, which is fine. I loved that. It's very relaxing. So that's it. And I got to sing some really fun songs on that one, but my favorite was Joni Mitchell, Both Sides Now. It's a heartbreaking song, but it's such a beautiful song. And now I get to sing that song
in concert.
In concerts when I feel like it. If I feel like it.
And you might be feeling like it on August the 31st, Dami and band live in concert, brought to you by Lighthouse, Vision Christian Media, and Destiny Rescue. All the proceeds going to this great cause here. I love the spiel on the poster here is great. Dami M is one of Australia's most beloved artists, renowned for her stunning vocals and heartfelt performances. She's captivated audiences worldwide with a powerful voice and emotional depth, and she'll take the stage for her band with an unforgettable evening of soul-stirring music.
Yes.
Well said.
Big promise.
It's going to be a great night, August the 31st. Make sure you circle that. You can buy tickets right now, vision.org.au/tickets. Get your tickets. Don't be disappointed. We need to point out the last few shows and tours that you've done around Australia, selling out all the different venues. Sold out everywhere. Get in early because it's going to be a great night. And you're going to have to run up and tell her that you heard her on Vision. All right, let's have a quick moment here. We'll come back. We'll say goodbye to Dami in just a moment, and we might even hear one more Dami M song.
Rise and Shine with Phil and DJ on Vision Christian Radio.
Dami and DJ and Dami here on the radio. And this is it, our final break together. Oh, Dami, you've been so generous with your time this morning.
Oh, I had so much fun.
Yeah, it's been the Dami takeover of Rise and Shine. And let me just say, door is always open. I know we're just up the road. I know Brisbane is your home. You've just moved home to be closer to the closer to the family.
Mama.
And I know there's been some family, stuff happening in the background today,
Yeah.
extended family.
Yeah.
So thank you for, your attention being here. It's one of those things. But in light of that, talking about the family, before you go, I think we're going to save the best to last. We're going to have a listen to one of your new singles. But I also want to find out, what's your coming to Jesus story? Because I know that, you've been outspoken with your faith, and you've been, but God didn't give you the role of a preacher or anything like that. You're incredibly professional in everything you do. So where did the faith come from?
So, I was raised by a Christian mum, but when I came to Australia, I think that's when I really was searching for something to hold on to, and we were attending a Korean church in Brisbane.
So you're about 9, 10 when you came?
Yeah,
okay.
And, it was just like that was my community, with other Korean immigrants in Australia. And so I was just involved in the church, but then as I grew older, I began to search for something more. What's the point of, like all this being in between all these worlds and who am I? And I think that's when I, at like one of the church camps, I remember just like going, oh, like Jesus really accepts me for who I am. So that was kind of where it began. But I think, so like that, that was, I've always been like really involved with the church and all that. But I think as I grow older, like I'm in my 30s, mid-30s, and
just
I'm
a baby.
like,
You're just a baby.
I think so. But, the more I'm like in the world, I realize how empty it is, how fleeting life is.
Wow.
And every day, like, look, I wasn't going to say this, but like my grandma passed away this morning. I just heard on text, and I'm,
literally as you're walking into the studio here
so
this morning.
I'm going to call mum as soon as I leave. But, like she's very old and we knew it was coming, but it just makes me think, wow, life is so short. This moment, us doing this at this age, like it will go so quickly. And the only thing that we hold on to that is unchanging is the love of God, Jesus, the relationship, and the hope of eternity. And so it makes me just hold on to him even stronger, even with, the world can be like an enticing place with comfort and all that, but it is empty at the end of the day. And so I just, that's my story of leaning on Jesus.
Well said. Perfectly said at the end there. Listen, we don't want to tie you up anymore. Our thoughts and our prayers are with you and your mum. I know your mum's probably going to be racing back home to Korea to be there with the extended family. Let's go out with one of your latest singles. It's Collide. Absolutely gorgeous song. Dami, you've been so gracious and so, special with your time. Looking forward to promoting the gig in August. Make sure you get over there. vision.org.au/tickets is the place to get to.
Into a song, into a problem that bled into love, ran into the suburbs.
It's your old mate, your old China plate, DJ Payne here, and it's time for us to go over to the Visionathon tally board and get an update of what is happening now. I've been working on some theme music to go over there, and I think I've picked an absolute corker for you this morning. Let's head over right now to the Visionathon tally board and get an update, shall we? I'm excited because it is currently sitting on... I like it. This is very 70s game show to me. I like this one here. 10 points if you know what game show this is actually from America. We are currently sitting on $1.5 million, just over $1.5 million. That means that we're just over 75% of the way to our faith goal of 2,026,000. That's incredible. For the number of people there, that means that we're $497,000 away from hitting the target. Absolutely incredible. Now, the number that I've been watching has been new monthly givers. How many of the people that are giving during Visionathon are new monthly givers? At the moment, we have 99 new monthly donators. That means that a Vision family member has determined the amount that they want to give per month. It's really easy to do, very simple to set up. It's all tax deductible. You decide the amount from $5 to $50. You might even decide $200 a month goes out automatically and goes straight into Visionathon. It's up to you. 99 people have done that so far. One more person and we hit that nice big round number of 100. Can we do that? Maybe you're sitting there this morning thinking, oh, yeah, I haven't given yet. Maybe a monthly support. I can manage a little bit per month. I can't do one big hit. Well, I'll tell you what, just $10 a month makes a big difference in the long term. So get involved. You can do that at vision.org.au. I'm going to bring this music back up. Vision.org.au. You can open up the free Vision Christian Media app. Wouldn't it be good if you open up the app that this music started playing straight away and it took you right to the donate page? I'll tell the developers that later on. Hit the donate button there and get involved as we see the message of Christ brought to all of Australia, helping all Australians look to God daily. Is the usual spot where we put in your song request, your song that you want as part of the curtain call. And I've got to be honest with you, it has been pretty quiet this morning for the curtain call. But one song that we haven't, we haven't done much celebrating over is the fact that last week on our Spin It or Pin It, now Spin It or Pin It will be back next week. Can I tell you what's going to happen for Spin It or Pin It next week? We've got a bit of a twist happening. I am not going to be bringing you the songs next week for Spin It or Pin It. We're coming to you. You get to suggest the songs that you want to have in Spin It or Pin It. Is there a brand new Christian song that you are all over that you're thinking, oh, Vision needs to hear this? You know what? My old mate DJ Payne needs to be playing this on Vision. Well, if you've got that song, let us know. We would love to hear it. And I've already got one from the dear Ruth down in Tassie. She has sent us a song. I think Marky Van is cooking on another one as well. We've got some people ready to suggest some music. So if you've got something, a brand new song that you've heard that you think, you know what, this is something a little bit different for Vision, maybe we put it up there for Spin It or Pin It. Let us know because it's going to be coming back next week. But I've had a lot of comments asking what was the winner of last week, and it was American artist Former Ruins. His real name is Levi, father of four in Indiana, and his song won, I got to say, by the end of it, won by a bit of a landslide. It's called The Western Edge of Eastern Time. I just love the fact that he calls himself Former Ruins. If you like this, I call it like a post-Americana, sort of alternative American rock with a big old man's voice singing on the top of it. This is what you get from this one. Have a listen. This one last week on Spin It or Pin It.
Are we nearer now than when we first began? 'Cause moving out this way felt more like leaning in. We will have helped our unbelief, leaning further in, where the mystery has already been defined. I just want to get us close enough.
Oh, I love that one. It stays with me. That is Western Edge of Eastern Time. Your winner from last week's Spin It or Pin It by Former Ruins. There's a line in there towards the end there where he's talking to his wife and he says, I haven't brought us here to leave where we were born again. And when they come to find us, we will have helped our unbelief by leaning further in where the mystery has already been defined. I just want to get us close enough. Oh, so rich in biblical imagery. He references Isaiah in the middle of that with a seraphim with a burning coal. Love that song. Oh, dear. But hey, listen, we need your curtain calls. Let us know what you want to hear. You can always send us a text or drop us a line. I'll see you over on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Rise and Shine Vision. All you need to do is search for Rise and Shine Vision and you'll find us right there on Facebook. Thank you so much to everybody who's been in touch with us today, all the lovely comments that has been pouring on through, and a massive thank you, of course, to the wonderful gracious DAMI. I tell you, DAMI, she just embodies a thoughtful, beautiful soul who wants to serve the Lord in what she's been given to do. She is such a wonderful, wonderful guest. So get out there and support her. Make sure you buy some tickets if you can get to the concert on August the 31st. You can find them at vision.org.au/tickets. Just do a search for that and you'll come up straight there. Well, have a wonderful Thursday. Everything will be back together, back to normal tomorrow for your Friday. Whatever you've got today, whatever God has placed in your hands, do it well to His glory and His honour. Have a great one.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.